Welcome to another weekend of School Stash Bash Saturdays. So I'm switching albums this week and I'm working in my son's album. This is my oldest son. So I was working in my youngest son's album and now I'm flipping to my oldest son, which is 8.5 by 11. And this album is just going to go from 7th grade to graduation. So I'm showing you here how that page has my journaling, and I want to pull in this red stripe for the next page. So that page has the journaling as to what these photos are about. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this sketch from Stuck Sketches. This is the sketch that was released September 15th, so yesterday. And I love it. And I'm going to alter it a bit so that I can incorporate 3 photos and also make it 8.5 by 11. And I love how this turns out. So I'm going to go ahead and set my photos aside here and kind of go into my school stash and decide what products that I want to use. So I decided to pull out this collection of products. This is a fancy pants collection called Off to School, and it is from 2011. That's right, 2011. And I have lots of it. I think I must have bought a like a big collection pack or something. So what I decided to do is I went through everything and I chose papers and I chose some embellishments that I think will work. And I'm going to start with this paper here. I'm going to cut it down to be 8 1/4 by 10 3/4. And that will give me the background paper for my layout. And
Fun
then
fact, we're going on vacation.
And that's why I usually do voiceovers while my children are still in bed. Anyway, the next paper I decided to use is a sneaker paper. I love it. I thought it was awesome. And really, when am I ever? This collection's from 2011. We're using sneakers. So everything in this layout is going to get some Hickory Smoke Distressed ink along the edges. And I set aside the offcuts from those 2 12 by 12 sheets of paper because we are actually going to go ahead and use them and incorporate those elements back into the top of the layout. So I start to put my tape runner in and I run out of tape right about, oh, not yet. Maybe not yet. Or maybe that was the video I shot after this one. Anyway, yep, I think it was the video I shot after this one. So sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and trim off a strip of these sneakers. Look, they're so stinking cute. And it also helps to cover up. There was like some wording on just like one of those little label things, and I want to cover it up because I chopped most of it off anyway. So this is also going to go ahead and get Hickory Smoke Distress ink, and then I'm going to put it down across the bottom. There is like a banner across the bottom where the title lives in this sketch, so I want to go ahead and use that. I think the next thing that I'm going to do then is to go ahead and work on this top kind of banner piece, and this is where I'm going to pull in that red diagonal stripe that's in the face page. Because I want the 2 pages to coordinate, not necessarily match, but just coordinate. And the pocket page has all the journaling about this blended program that my son did, and this page is just going to have all the different projects that he made. Actually, there's going to be 2 pages of projects because after I shot this, I kind of pulled products out for like the next page to see what he needed for the next page, and it was more projects from this class that he took, which was creativity and design. So these are old photos, you know, they're about 3 years old. They're from my cell phone. They're not fabulous, so I felt comfortable going ahead and cropping them down just so that you could see the projects that he made. And this I'm super excited about. This is a really old set of letters from Felicity Jane, and I love them, but I'm running out of letters. So what I did was, this is awesome. I'm so proud of myself. I took an O, and I took an H, and I made my own J. So I totally Frankensteined these letters together, which you can see here, and it looks really, really good. And when you see the close-ups and you see the picture of the layout, you can't even tell. And then I'm going to add, later on in this layout, I added some staples to the J because it was like sticking up funny, and the staples totally helped. And then I had staples around the page too. So again, you don't even know that that's what I did. It worked out so good. Anyway, just I was pretty proud of myself because I really like these letter stickers and I really want to use them up. And they were thin and totally perfect for this layout. They didn't have too much weight on them. And yeah, like they were so cute. So I really wanted to use them. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish up my title. My title is going to be Morgan's Projects. And that will go along with the journaling. There's a lot of journaling on the facing page all about this class that he took and what he did and what he learns and different things like that. And I am not one to be redundant, so I knew that I didn't need to add more than that to it. But I'm going to add some labels to the photos here, and you'll see that in a minute, and that will kind of identify what he created, what he made in this class. And so the class was called Creativity and Design. It was a little bit of an art class and a little bit of an architecture class. They learned elements of physics, and it was very, very, it covered a lot of subjects. It was really cool. Very hands-on class too. So there's my title, Morgan's Projects. Now, again, this collection's from 2011. I'm not really interested in keeping scraps. I don't care. So what I did was, if you are someone who doesn't like wasting of paper, you don't want to watch this part, because what I did was I just punched the labels, threw the extra labels away, and took the one that was set up the way I wanted it to be, which is that tiny skinny one, and I'm going to ink up the edges, and I'm going to label each of the projects using my Muji pen. And I really took my time labeling this and made the writing like super neat and a little bit decorative, I guess would be the word. And so, yeah, I'm just going to go through here. I'm going to label all of his projects with the pen, and then I'm going to go ahead and adhere the photos and the layers underneath and everything down. Now, I want to do some stamping on this page. I have this stamp that has all these gorgeous, like, paint splashes. I wanted to try to use them. These are all of my yellow inks, and not one of them perfectly matched the yellow shoes. Ugh. So what am I going to do? Well, let's make it intentionally not match. So what I decided to do was I decided to take 3 of those ink colors, and I'm going to alternate them around. So now we have, throughout the layout, 4 distinct separate shades of yellow in an effort to get it to look kind of intentional, almost like just lots of different shades of yellow, just incorporate them throughout. So because there's yellow in the photo, there's yellow in that shoe, the yellow pops into the background, and so I'm just showing you here where I think I'm going to go ahead and do my stamping. So I'm not going to tell you where I got these stamps because I am actually trying them out to see how they work, and they will maybe show up in a shop at some point, and if they do, I will let you know about those. So I'm rubbing them on my hand to season them. And then I'm going to go ahead and decide where I want them. I'm going to put them on my stamp platform. I love my stamp platform. I am not a huge one for buying lots of tools and then using them. I tend to buy them and then kind of maybe not use them. Frame punch board. But this particular tool I love. And I'm not a card maker. I make cards, but I'm primarily a scrapbooker. And this, I love it. I use it so much. I get so much use out of my stamps now, and I really, really, really like it. It is a tool that I would recommend. And I have the Tim Holtz one because the Tim Holtz one lets me stamp on a 12 by 12 layout. So now I have all these splashes of color done, and these are going to be bases for my embellishments. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of like layer stuff on top of them. This is, okay, this is from Fancy Pants. I have somehow 2 of these packages. They're called filter papers. And I think that they're supposed to be like coffee filters because they are really, really thin like coffee filters. And they're printed, and I don't know. Maybe they were super popular in 2011, but obviously they never caught on because I don't have any other embellishments like this anywhere else, just in this collection, and I somehow bought 2 packages of them. Insert shrugging emoji here because I just don't even know why. So now I'm going to take these glittery acetate pieces, which I actually really do like. I had a ruler and I had cool shoes, and we're using them. And now you can see here where I'm attaching the acetate with my stapler so that I have staples in a couple spots throughout the layout, which allows me to go ahead and have staples down at my J that I put together. And yeah, I do like these filter papers. I'm kind of glad that I was smart enough to buy 2 packs back, in 2011. But I have never seen, I don't remember, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago. So I don't remember why I bought 2 packs of them, but I did. Or maybe I bought them like all together in a big, huge collection. I don't know. Anyway, but there's ones with apples. And then there's also these big ones that are pretty neutral. And there's more of those big ones than there are any other ones because I used all of these little ones that had the numbers on them. And I was too lazy to trim them, so I just took some glue and kind of wrapped them around the edges and glued them down because they're really, really, really thin. And I actually thought that if I cut them, I might end up with like wonky edges. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and add those. And the next thing I'm going to do is, just like in my son's album, my youngest son's album previously, I'm going to add hidden, well, it's not hidden, but I'm going to incorporate a number into each of the layouts. So this is 8th grade, so I'm going to go ahead and find a number 8 and sneak it in. And then I put away all of my fancy pants stuff, and I went through my newest stash of school supplies, or just my newest stash of supplies, because I wanted to incorporate something new and fresh and fun along with the stamps. And so I chose this set from Colorcast Designs that has these cute little wood veneers, and I went ahead and attached those little wood veneer circles, and there's my 8. So I'm going to add that little 8 up there to that cluster to show what year he is in and what grade he's in. And the last little bit are these puffy stickers. These are also fancy pants, but they are not from 2011. They're from maybe 2015 or 2016, and I'm just going to sprinkle them around. They're really, really dark gray, and I thought that they went really nicely. And that will complete this layout. I hope you've enjoyed my School Stash Bash Saturday video for today. Be sure to check out all the other girls. You can find links to their videos below. And there's a close-up. Have a wonderful Saturday. We'll see you again soon. Bye.